This is David with a couple hours after the last video, recording I think 1089. I don't know, I forgot. So yeah, I wanted to talk about something today in the realm of dreams and in the realm of mysteries and chance and possibility. And I think that for a lot of people, including myself, we live in a world of what ifs. A lot of people I've heard throughout my life say to live with no regret. And I'm a strong opponent of that sentiment. I think that regret, in many ways, is a good, humbling thing to have. And in my case now, I'm feeling strongly about a couple things. And the main thing I wanted to talk about is in many ways, life is about choosing a road and sticking with it. It's a gumption or stick-to-itness or whatever they'd like to call it. You choose a path and you stay along that path until you see it through. But in this action of choosing a path and going down in one way, when a road forks and you go down this way, that means there's a whole other way that was not explored. That means that there's a whole other life that presumably could have been lived if you had just gone the other way. And recently something happened in my life where this scenario occurred where the road was forked, and an interesting thing happened where instead of choosing one way or the other, both routes were taken away. And I've been thinking a lot about it for the past 24 hours or so, 12 hours, and just how the feeling of having zero possibilities be possible is a fascinating one, and it's upsetting in many ways. It is upsetting, and it is frustrating, and in many other ways, it's kind of relieving in a way. It's like when all options are taken away from you, then whose fault is it? Where's the culpability? There's no area to point to in terms of the whole situation becomes out of your control, and it's a relief in that way. But on the same token, thinking about it more and possibly ruminating, that when no options are available, when no choice is possible, then it's a certain special kind of sad where it's like a seed that was never put into the ground. It just stays in a cold, dark room on a shelf, or it falls in the crack of the floorboards. It just sits there, sandwiched in between two pieces of wood. That seed never even gets the chance, the opportunity to succeed or fail, but it just is stuck in like a limbo. And there's this, I feel like there's a certain sadness and depressing quality to that as well. And I guess that's two sides of perspective, obviously, of how to look at this issue. When you don't even have the opportunity to try something, that's obviously a negative way to look at it. And then, but also the relief of having a situation be completely out of your control. Like if a flight is delayed or there's something wrong with a plane that you can't do anything about. Like what are you supposed to do? In those circumstances, you just kind of have to go, oh, I gotta give it up. That's it. There's no one to blame here. The plane is broken. And so in that regard, it's a relief. Because there is nothing you can do. So why fret about it? But and obviously, if you know me, I don't think like that. I think much more on the side of that seed stuck in between two floorboards of I guess negativity. That chance is stripped away, and some people would love the ability to even have that risk. That saying, it's better to have loved and lost than to have never have loved at all. And I think that's an interesting philosophy, personally, of chance. Some chance is better than no chance. And I guess that's just kind of how I feel about it. But I am attempting to kind of think about the situation in a way that isn't so upsetting to me personally, and it's difficult. But on the other hand, I should not be putting so much energy. Obviously, I should not be putting so much energy into a situation that I couldn't control from the beginning. Because why would you do that? Why would you put yourself through something like that? And that's one side of that's the little angel here, and then the other little angel is saying, well, you should be mad or you should be upset because there was no possibility of something even happening, and so no possibility means, it's almost like it's that seed stuck in between the two floorboards. It's just like, that's sad. But I guess on the whole of the situation, what my main takeaway is that I should not think so much. I really should not think so much. And thinking can do a lot of good. I mean, there's no question about that. Thinking can do a whole lot of good, and I think critical thinking especially is something that I try and do all the time. On the other hand, there's a certain diminishing return quality there's a certain amount of diminishing returns to thinking, and at the end of the day, and I've already said this, at the end of the day, what are you doing? Like what's going on here? Like what objective or what service is this providing? And it's nothing. So, that's kind of where I'm at. Mentally. But anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk with you sometime in the future. Bye.